Did you convince your parents to remove your bedtime rule? My brother saved our entire house because he refused to sleep. We had the strictest bedtime rule of any family I knew. 9 p.m. meant lights out, no exceptions, no matter what. Had projects or homework? Finish before 9. Exams? Study before 9. Gaming with friends? Definitely before 9. It didn't bother me much because I was 7, but it affected my brother a lot. He told me how he felt left out sometimes because his friends constantly texted about late night shows and online games he'd never see. My brother was the only 8th grader who had to be in bed before 4th graders. Growing bodies need 10 hours of sleep, Mom and Dad would say. Nothing good happens after 9 anyway. But my brother tried everything to change their minds. He offered to get straight A's in exchange for a 10:30 bedtime. He showed them studies about how teens only need 5 hours of sleep to function well compared to kids and adults, but they still refused. When you're 18, you can destroy your sleep schedule all you want. My brother looked heartbroken. 18 was so far off, and by then, he'd be too old to enjoy it. That's when my brother became an expert at fake sleeping. He learned to lie completely still with his eyes shut, breathing so evenly that Mom's flashlight checks never caught him. He could hear footsteps on the stairs from 2 rooms away and transform from wide awake to dead asleep in 2 seconds. After the 10 p.m. inspection, he'd wait exactly 20 minutes for our parents to pour their wine and start their TV shows. He made me promise never to tell. In exchange, he'd let me stay up too sometimes with him. It was like our own secret midnight meetings, and our parents never really caught on. They ended up bragging to everyone about how well we listened to their rules. But then, one day, my brother got cornered into a wall and was left with no choice but to confess. That day in April, a massive thunderstorm took over the town. The thunder practically shook the ground each time it got closer. No one at home seemed to be scared about it except me. So we followed the routine, went up to bed at 9 and slept, while my parents drank down wine and did whatever it was adults like to do past 9. By 10:30, my brother confirmed that they passed out hard. He hopped onto the computer and booted it up to play with friends while I went ahead and really slept. But a little past midnight, my brother shook me awake. I saw him staring down at me, fear abundant in his eyes, his hands shaking. "Do you hear that?" he whispered. "Yeah, it's raining a lot," I said, but he shook his head and pointed downward. I put my head onto the wooden floor and tried to find the sound, but it was muffled. He grabbed one of Mom's spare flashlights and peeked out from the room. He rushed back inside the room in a panic, his chest heaving up and down. "Oh God, what do we do?" Water had begun seeping under our front door, spreading across the entryway. My brother ran to the window and fell back. The entire street was flooded, some of the cars already half buried in muddy water. The storm drain at the corner was completely blocked, and water was rising quickly up our porch step. He ran to our parents' room and shook Dad hard. "Dad! Dad! The house is flooding!" Dad barely opened his eyes and mumbled, "Go back to bed." Mom didn't even respond when he tried to wake her. "Stay here and wake them up," he instructed me before running down to lift things from the floor onto higher areas. He made me help carry things upstairs while he went back for more. Photo albums, Mom's work laptop, Dad's important papers from his desk, anything our little arms could carry. The water was rising so fast it reached my knees within minutes. Suddenly, my brother screamed at the top of his